let's go to the CAG bag because this is going to continue the discussion in the CAG bag. Adam writes in, he says, if you had full control over the games industry to get it back to an exciting era, what kind of strategy would you use? For example, I would make less games that use battle passes and more games that require quarters. I get what you're saying there. I got to say, like, battle passes, these currencies, these fucking virtual currencies have altered games in a way that like they just cannot recover from, because I mean the big games, right? Indie, smaller games, those games will continue to be made. But in terms of like big companies making games, they are for the most part going for these moonshots like Fortnite or free to play shots. You know,
I think
like,
I still think there is room for a balance there.
There is, but the executives, I don't know, they make bad decisions. They're not gamers. I don't know what like these guys at Warner Brothers are doing. They're just not gamers. They're like businessmen.
That same Warner Brothers that the year before that had the best-selling game of the year. They had the best-selling game of 2023, and they followed that up with one of the biggest bombs in gaming history.
And to go to show you how they don't know what they're doing, they had like one of the biggest games of that year, and almost no additional content for it. Just like a smattering of fucking lame ass skins.
It didn't need it. Did it need it?
They could have sold. I mean, I'm just saying it didn't need it. But like, if the goal of these big companies is to monetize the games up the ass, at least we could do it in a smart way that's more accepted than fucking battle passes and virtual currency and just trying to like, you know, engineer us out of our money. Like more content that is substantial, people see value in that. Like, for example, in the Harry Potter game, they had the whole Quidditch thing in the game. Like you could fly around the arena. Clearly, like there was an effort to make Quidditch there. Like if they had that as an add-on for the game, people would have paid money for it. But instead, they decided to make like a cell phone Quidditch game. I don't know if that game came out, what the deal is, but that was like a thing. I think it's or a PC Quidditch game, like separate. I don't know.
I think that's still coming.
Still coming. It could have been out now, and they could have charged the biggest selling game. They sold like how many? 15 million copies? I don't know, more probably. They could have sold Quidditch to those people and for $30, and people would felt good about it.
I don't know if those people would have bought it. That's what I'm saying.
Or as a standalone game, like back in the day when you sold a game for money.
Because I think the people that bought that game just wanted a game that they could play and finish and move on. And
it was a good game though. Like it was pretty good. Like it was a good old fashioned single player adventure. Like,
and you make a sequel, or you
make more content, like Elder Scrolls.
That style of game, and you just make another one with a different license that's also popular, as opposed to Suicide Squad that no one wanted to play. Maybe another Lord of the Rings game. Don't they still have? Isn't that their license too?
Yeah.
Or Game of Thrones, or anything else that was DC Comics other than Suicide Squad. I mean, they have all of these licenses where they could just take that existing game, slap a new coat of paint on it, and put that out for $60, and it would probably sell well as long as it plays well, looks nice, and has that same depth of game. It would be fine. And, you know, they made some good Lord of the Rings games back in the day, and then they just stopped making them. Those were good games.
They made a Gollum one.
The movie stopped coming out.
Yeah. So what?
They made that Amazon series.
So did the Harry Potter movies.
Is that Amazon series coming back?
Which one?
Or the Lord of the Rings Amazon series. They made it was like a couple years ago. It was like the most expensive series ever or something.
Harry Potter has more staying power though, because kids are still like getting the books, right? They're still doing the books. They're still watching the movies.
They're buying the shit at the amusement park.
Right. Like Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I'm going to make my kids watch them, but they're not like beating down the door to like, hey, let's read the Lord of the Rings books. And like, it's a little bit older in the game. You don't onboard the youth as quickly.
No, it is definitely not. No. It took Elliot a long time to get into Lord of the Rings. Like this year, he didn't care about Lord of the Rings until this year. So nice. I'm just saying it. You know,
it's hard to say. Just do this with a franchise that is less popular than Harry Potter.
Right.
Like it's hard to completely say that. Like it's one of the most popular franchises in the world.
Do you think Warner Brothers now,
last 30 years or
do you think Warner Brothers
is
saying, how can we take Harry Potter and combine it with this fucking failed Suicide Squad engine that we just spent $150 million? No, you don't think they're doing that?
No.
I mean, it could work. Like Harry Potter, those guys fly around. They're flying around in the Suicide Squad game. No guns though in Harry Potter.
Nobody knows what they do in that Suicide Squad game.
You just run around and shoot.
That poor game. I feel bad. I do feel bad because I don't think anyone wanted to. I don't think
because they wasted so much time and money and people's energy.
I guess you could kind of feel bad, but people are getting paid to make that game,
right?
I guess.
Like there's no reason to feel bad about that. Like everybody in the room, nobody spoke up that like this is not what people want. Like nowhere.
I'm sure people spoke up.
Or that other Batman game, that we played some of, that they kill Batman in the first cutscene. And then you play as non-Batman characters, whatever that was, Gotham.
Arkham Knights. Yeah, same concept.
Yeah. What are we doing?
I don't know. All people want to do is play as Batman. Everyone knows that. Just let me play as Batman. It's like, oh, look at these guys. They're great. They have all the powers of Batman without being Batman.
Without being as cool as Batman. Sounds great.
I mean, Arkham Knight is funny because like each one of these characters.
That can't be the name of that game.
It's Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights. Gotta be.
Gotham Knights. Sorry, Arkham Knight I think is a comic book. Gotham Knights. It's like each one of these characters has a skill that Batman has, but a different Batman skill, as opposed to there just being one Batman that has all the skills.
That's much more fun.
Yeah, which is exactly dumb.
Yeah,
dumb.
Yeah. These guys, I just feel like Warner Brothers specifically just makes bad decisions.
They do make bad.
If I was like an investor there, I'd be like, hire some guys that have played video games before. Maybe there's plenty of them out there who are competent businessmen, I'm sure.
And multiverses. Don't forget that one.
Dude, what the fuck is that shit? If you can't find a guy to impersonate Shaggy, what are you even doing? Don't make the game at that point. Don't put him in the game. Like, so bad. But it made the top 10 on the Circana list. But it was low on the list. Yeah, that game sucks. All right, anything else in the CAG bag? Ian writes in, he wants to know if Shipper Wombat will be playing College Football 25 or Madden 25. Which one first? And will anyone be playing both?
I plan on at least getting my 10 hours out of both of them with the EA Play and Game Pass.
Got to be in that top tier, though, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure EA Play is going to the top tier of Game Pass.
I'm sure.
Right?
Well, I mean, college football comes out like next week, so I'll play that next week when it comes out, as long as I get my 10 hours.
Yeah, I'll at least try college football just as a novelty at best because it's been over a decade.
I'm excited for college football. I get to make my team, and
I'm interested to see how different it feels than Madden at this.
Me too.
At this point, because they definitely felt
a lot
different
of Madden
back in the day. I mean, mainly it was the lateral, right? Like that was the big difference.
There were more trick plays in the college one.
Right. It was like the college one was you lateraled a bunch. That was the difference.
Right.
And it was fun to have all the different teams and do your seasons and
play as just mascots. Oh.
Right.
Nice.
It'll be interesting to see how this one, now that college football players are getting paid, I don't know, which is good. I think they should for their likenesses in these games, but how that like works, if it's going to get like very transactional heavy with playing cards and stuff.
It's going to be weird how that works in this too, because it's not like I know who pros are. I don't know who many college football players are, nor do I care that much about.
It's all the old pros' sons.
Yeah, right. It's like
so you know that.
Don't they have to pay the guys now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now
not
get
much,
ready.
Not much.
Okay. I was going to say get ready for more microtransactions if so.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not sure how much it matters. Like who's on my.
Well, Peyton Manning's son just finally signed on. He was like holding out.
That's funny.
Of being in the game, but then he's just signed on like today.
Yeah. Rob PT 45 writes in, needs strategy advice from Shipwreck on these liquidation/bin shops where the price of the stuff in the bins drops every day. One just opened near him.
Wash your hands afterwards.
bring the alcohol wipes with you.
Yeah. I don't
wear gloves.
I mean, if you have no idea what you want to buy and you have disposable income and you like bending over,
sifting through shit.
If you want things that people return to Amazon,
which is fine. I'm good with some of those things, but it's really hit or miss, right? Like, I don't know. Go for it to have the experience at least once in your life. You might find something that you're like, oh, I needed this specific screwdriver set, or I don't know, this record player that doesn't quite work right.
Yeah, I would check a place out like that once at least.
There's one right by my house.
Experience.
What's it called?
It's an experience.
I have no idea what it's called.
What's the one? Like,
I don't know the name of it.
Shitbox.
It's literally across the street from the good gas station, but I have no idea what it's called.
Dumpster diver.
I could get there in 4 minutes.
Nice. So, well, you may have to report for us so we can learn more about this.
I went there once with Elliot, and we left, and he said we're never going back there again. And I said, okay.
Why?
I'm sure that's where the. Oh, good. Why are you never going back there again?
Because he didn't. It was kind of gross.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. You want some.
How is it gross? You're
gonna come out of that place like it's just you come out with like a film on your hands and everything.
Why?
You're like, because you're just like sifting through all of this stuff that's been shipped everywhere, and then other people are like handling it, and it's a warehouse environment, and it's just like I don't know, it's not all that.
Wear gloves and a mask.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's where my recent we bought Dash a Fortnite Switch case. It looks like Peely, and it came with an exclusive I don't know, whatever the skin, the wraps are,
a weapon wrap
or
sweet.
But then we opened it up, and of course that had already been stolen out of it, and so we had to return that one to Amazon to get another one that actually had the thing. So I'm sure that one is going to end up in a bin.
Some disappointed kid with dirty hands is going to grab that.
It's so frequent that we get that stuff now. Just like you order something and it's just like, oh, this has clearly been opened up and somebody's taken something out of, and now we have to return it.
From Amazon?
Yes.
I never get that. Weird.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff? Besides the Peely thing.
Well, it's because last year, the year before.
The scam.
The smart switches.
That was a scam, though. That was some sort of fucking scam.
It had the baby wipes instead of. Well, that's what it is. It's people like just buying stuff, taking what they want out, and either returning.
They put it back on the shelf and sell it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they do it by weight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Huh. They don't open the package. They just weigh it and go, oh, this is way. It's all done automatically. It's not, there's no human being.
Shit. I haven't experienced that yet.
You will. Don't
Sweet.
worry.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why when we got Sabrina a new laptop, we did not get it through Amazon.
Right. I think I legitimately think that's a big reason why these liquidation bin shops are a thing, because once somebody returns it back to Amazon the second time, Amazon's like, I don't know what to do with this. Like,
sell it by weight.
They sell it to these places, and then somebody who wants the Nintendo Switch case but doesn't care about the code gets it for like pennies.
$1. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like, it's funding a whole nother business because everybody's stealing all this stuff from Amazon.
Fraud.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
People are assholes.
All you need to do is set up an offshore account with a fake LLC, and then you can continue to do that. And the only way Amazon could prosecute you is through extradition, and that's how they get away with it.
Sure know a lot about this, Wombat.
I literally watched a video on it this afternoon.
How to?
Yeah,
trying to start a new side hustle?
No,
he was pausing it a lot to take notes.
It's a video about it's a video about a guy who bought pothole stuff to fix the potholes in his town, and because Amazon doesn't pay taxes, he wanted to stick it to the man, So he bought the pothole fixers through Amazon, fixed the potholes himself, filled the boxes with sand, shipped them back. So basically, Amazon paid to fix all the potholes.
But
in
he
the town.
stole the equipment from them.
But he stole the equipment through him. But he won't get prosecuted because he set everything up through an offshore account. And it would require extradition to, I think it was like Belize, in order for Amazon to do anything. But they're not going to do anything because they're not going to go through the hassle of suing a company in Belize to extradite someone from, and it was like 3 countries over. Like they would literally
why go through all this trouble to fix the potholes?
Well, because Amazon
wanted to teach Amazon a lesson.
A lesson, yeah.
But so he stole money from them.
Yeah.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. I don't think they learned their lesson, by the way. I'm just going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to guess they learned nothing.
I'm sure.
Because it's affected them.
Prime Day is still happening. Prime Day is not canceled.
I mean, I just, but it's just funny that this came up today and I watched a video about it this afternoon. So maybe I said too much. I do not condone the practice.
Fair enough. All right.
I'm just saying I saw it. It was like a Vice thing. It was a Vice thing.
All right. We've done too much show. This is like almost as long as Beverly Hills Cop 2. 4. Right. Was that 4? Beverly Hills Cop 4? Is that the third one? The fourth one?
There was a third one. Yeah, there was a fourth.
The third one is the one with the tall blonde or the tall chick?
No, that's
the second one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the third one.
Third one is terrible. It came out in the 90s.
They reference it in the movie. They reference how bad it is in the movie, actually.
Yes, they do.
Which is the only clever part of the movie.
Yes, it might be the joke I laughed at.